Emeka, let me take another
Yeah.
call. Thank you so much for sharing that as well, right? Stay safe, Baba. So that's Emeka calling from England. I have another caller from here too. Here. Hello.
Hello. Yes, I got through.
You did. Hello, ma. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I hope you can hear any background noise, can you?
No, not now. It's a bit quiet. You may just kind of get the phone closer to your mouth or increase the volume. But apart from that, it seems perfect, ma. How are you?
Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm fine, thank you. This is my first time. I've been watching you. I'm going to be quick because I know people had limited time to talk, innit?
I know.
So I will try and be quick. I've been watching you now. I've been watching you now for the past 7 years.
Wow.
But this is my first time of calling.
Thank you.
But,
do you mind if I ask for your name? Is that all right?
No, I don't want to disclose my name for now.
Oh, you don't want to know? Okay, I'll keep it to that. I'll keep it at that. By the way, go on, ma'am.
Okay, so the thing is, the show you did yesterday, I wanted to call in yesterday, but I was at work. I was actually watching it. I was laughing. I was literally peeing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Go on.
I was watching that show and I was literally peeing myself. I was at work. All the words you were saying, like Okakatika or so and all that, I was laughing. It was so funny. But the thing is you see, the thing is the situation of Nigeria is so pathetic and sad.
I know.
And I'm one of the people, I know you talk about Yoruba nation and all that, but it comes up once in a while. But you know, ever since that Sunday Igboho saga came out and everything was a bit messed up, I didn't really, and I think it was really messy because everybody was just all over the place.
I know.
And then you couldn't get any updates. I know they might be doing a lot right now about it that is not being disclosed.
I know.
Okay.
There's so much.
I know
there's
they're doing a lot.
There's so much going on behind the scene, and then there's also what we call the clash of interests too. And I don't like messy things that much, you know. And that's why I kind of just stay away.
Do you know? I'm part of the people. I actually contributed towards whatever Koiki was doing then about that radio thing. And then when that thing happened to Sunday Igboho, I was so devastated that I was sad. And when people are coming for him, it's so terrible. I hated everything. Do you understand? And I'm just hoping, I don't know, I don't know deep, whatever they bring online that we will listen to and all that. But when that, exactly. So then when I started watching you and it comes up with it once in a while, which is like, I want to believe that it's more of the update of whatever is going on.
Yeah, mostly. And now this is kind of, for anyway, going to affect us. Yeah.
But I understand the fact that regardless of, I know you were in support of Yoruba nation as well, like us going. I still tell my friend, I've not gone to Nigeria for a very long time.
Right.
And the last time for 11 years.
Wow.
So, I used to feel bad for them. Do you understand? Like, or maybe they're in a state whereby they can't help themselves and all that. But when I went to Nigeria, I have friends that at least they be like privileged. Do you understand? Like more average and all that poor. If you get, so very good, they always throw something at me because I'm always I argue with them as well. And they come up, I'm sure you've been experiencing such as well. They come up with like, you guys in diaspora, you are the ones stirring war. Oh, if it's that easy, why can't you leave where you are and come to Nigeria? I'll be like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys saying?
It's called gaslighting, ma. They gaslight us. They've been doing it for a while. Unfortunately, they blame us. They said we are the ones who are trying to make people react and then maybe fight their leaders and maybe this or that. I'm like, they are still killing people there, despite the fact that you're not fighting war.
I tell them, I said, you keep saying, we in diaspora, we're trying to stir war and all that. Money, but you guys are not getting it that. Like you always say that people are still dying regardless. It's Nigeria, so Magba trailer, the last time I went to Nigeria, do you know how many trailers I saw on the Ibadan Expressway?
Oh dear.
That literally carrying. Do you understand what I mean? Like, if people were sick, one day my mom called me. I had a cousin that died. Like, just the way things are not being done properly. And my mom was telling me she doesn't go to loot and all that place. And she said she come and said, "Whoa, hey, you're coming. So bad sick in Nigeria, but that's how bad."
Do you even know that it's even worse than that, ma? Right? That Even when you have the money, when you even have the money, you are not guaranteed that you get the healthcare.
I swear that. Even my mom, at some point, I said, okay, we are here now. We have the privilege because when we were growing up, there was no social media. I know if you understand. At least this social, and I always say that this social media, I think, is kind of a help. All these things these people are doing now that they're not getting away with it. They're so scared. And I feel that this is the opportunity. For the fact that we are abroad does not mean that we want everybody back home to die.
Of course.
But like me, I'm here now. We might not that rich or comfortable and have those loose cash that you people have. But for God's sake, I've got my peace of mind. You get what I mean? Like, you're happy, but even
one thing is this: you have your life organized. If you are the type that is working, you know when you go to work and you know when you are on break. Okay. If you have any issue that is medical, you don't have to break your bank to get any medical care. Okay. So you're no longer worried about things that get people that keep people up, that keeps them up awake every night anymore. You are not desperate about anything anymore. But every time Nigeria pops up across your radar, family, friends, and the rest, then your BP is there again. Okay, what are they going to say again? What's going on again?
It's so bad. Even to my mom. Do you know when they arrested Sunday Igboho and people were? I felt for that guy so badly, like so bad. But you know, and when you are trying to fight for freedom, obviously some people will come against you, and you understand. But at some point, I feel I don't want to use the word being gullible or trusting people. Do you understand what I mean? So I really feel for him, and I'm still hoping because I'm still telling them, even before this Sunday Igboho thing started coming out, I knew this country, this Nigeria thing,
it's not gonna
is a clown. I think we are having is exactly. I knew that, and you know when I knew that, there's this. I don't know. There's this. I always tell people, even I caught Koiki at some point when that thing was really hot then, because I was sick. I was seriously sick during that COVID. And if I was in Nigeria, I would have died. Do you understand what I mean? I caught into that.
I had an uncle. I'm sorry. I have an uncle who had a friend that actually died because of insulin. You know those insulin that people, what's it called again? When you have the diabetics and you need to kind of inject yourself and all that. Then something happened. They had a crisis in Nigeria. Okay, they couldn't find that insulin. Somehow he misplaced his own supply that he took to Nigeria. So they were waiting for somebody to send from Spain to Nigeria so that he can continue using that before he will go back. Now that one is not forthcoming. We are expecting it in 2 days, right? And then a day before that we had that crisis, sister. That was when I knew that the rich also cried. This that's
why I keep telling them. I keep telling them
that has lived all his life in Spain. I'm talking about people who lived in Spain. No, they were not speaking English. And he still made it in Spain. He made it. When I say made it, right? He was somebody who was okay. We had diabetics. That was when I know that the rich also cry. Money, you have the money. In Nigeria, it may not save you. Even with your money.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are quite comfortable. That right now, they were really tired. They just don't know. They're doing business, they were fine, but they still get frustrated with the system and all that. You know, they still get frustrated. How do you live
in such place? See,
exactly.
So
what
thank you so much.
And now let me quickly say that I now felt for them. Before I used to feel bad for them. And I hate that statement because people always say that, and I don't like it's one of these I don't like. They're like, I want your loan share that people are the one
doing themselves.
How am I gonna doing themselves that job only share everything? Money are these people stupid? My ego. You and I know that. Even the white people are the worst. You were both here. I will not bad you. Because a white person will know that I commit crime. But actually commit crime. Between me and you know that. But in Nigeria, people can commit crime. I tell them that we're still good in Nigeria. People can commit crime in Nigeria and they will know they'll go scot-free. And that's why they can commit that crime so easily. But a white man... So I said the only thing that is coming us here is, for every what's it called? What I don't know the right source to use. Like let me use
or every crime committed or
that's the word crime. Let me give you an instance of speed limit in over here now.
Yeah.
nobody move by or to buy me. Starting to share to
There's no hiding place.
You just know what I mean? They don't know me here. But Nigeria, you can call. So when they come and say, oh, people is their fault. Ijoba only share munition with people issue no. Ijoba don't share everything. Be by. I will not misbehave now because I know when they told me to do exactly. So, well, I don't know. Maya, God help you. But please,
thank you so much. I know
God
you have so much to say. I can tell.
I swear down. I do. But the thing is, Maya, please, I need an update. Like every time, like about this Yoruba thing. Like, because I still feel that's the only way out. And I keep telling my friends, even once in a while, regardless of whatever conspiracy and whatever is going on, if you can just chip in every time to let us know that things are still going on. They're not giving up. Do you understand what I mean? Once in a while,
let me say
please.
This quickly as well. Yeah, because you mentioned it, and for the sake of our listeners, because like you said, you've always wanted to call in, but you've never had that chance, and we had that chance this evening. Okay, you see, what happened is that the people who all of us thought we should give all the backings and support to, okay, to ensure that they have enough clout, enough number, okay, to actually push this Yoruba nation and all that, including Oloye Sunday Igboho. A lot of things happen behind the scene, okay, that I have told people. I said, if I see all of them, I am not going to be helping that struggle, okay? So that's same behind the scene, trying to fix that thing, right? The same people who doubled down at the time when we were even trying to tell them that don't go this route, don't go this route. You're going to discourage. I mean, you're going to disorientate a lot of people. You're going to confuse them. I did my best, especially last year, December, when I said I would stop talking about it, right? It's because behind the scene is so much messy. Now, these same characters are, in a way, they still not feeling like they can come back on that same track. And like you said, how you felt towards Oloye Sunday Igboho, I felt badder than that. At a point, it's almost like I was more concerned than him. And you know that one they will say, I can't tear gone. I know. In that level. So at that point, you just have to be like, hey, you know what? Fine. Okay. But like you said, the cause for the Yoruba nation, advocacy for the Yoruba sovereignty, I talk about them every day. It's just that I don't put them that way. And I get it. You know why I said I've talked about it every day? Everything that is going on in Nigeria every day, and why I turn my camera on every day, is to continue to remind all of us that even if you still have any tiny hope about Nigeria, these guys will continue to remind you that you should not put your hope in Nigeria. And if you don't believe me, one day, you are going to come back and believe that until we all go our separate ways. And why? Look at what they are doing. This is why we need to go our separate ways. In case if people don't even understand why I do my program, right? It's 100% about, right, either the breakup of Nigeria or a new system entirely that people actually agree to, confederation or any name they want to call it, apart from what you have now. And every day I want to prove to everybody watching me that what I said is going to be the way out. If it's going to take me my entire lifetime to preach it, either for this generation or the one coming. Until all of us go our separate ways. And when they ask me why, I show them what is going on in Nigeria to say, see, can we continue like this? So yeah, I may not be putting it as a Yoruba nation, this, Yoruba nation, that, or Biafra, this, Biafra, that all the time. But my message every day is to prove to everybody why Nigeria will never work. That's what I do. And I'm proud of it. So, but I'm going to look into what you said and kind of represent it in a way that somebody like yourself can have something you can easily connect to.
Mayego, I always tell people again, let me quickly say this. I tell people, you know, I didn't know the damage the British, I'm going to say it, even if I'm in England, they did us a lot of bad.
They did.
Do you understand? Until I watch this, do you know there's this documentary on Netflix? It's called Journey of African Colony.
I watched
when
that.
They upload that thing. Did you watch that, Mayego? The first time, do you know, I watched it the very first week that they uploaded that very what's it called? That documentary.
Did you see that the condescending, I mean, what do you call it? Condescending way they actually, you know.
Mayego.
Now them they tell our story.
And then in Mayego, I was sad for like a week. I kept praying to myself, like, calm down, because I was really bitter, and I kept saying, calm down, because I'm already here anyway. But before, I used to have this notion that they gave us a good legacy because we weren't taught much history anyway. So I was thinking they gave us this good legacy, that is our leader that was greedy, that messed up everything. But they never gave us good legacy. They so messed us up.
Unfortunately.
And whenever you tell people that, okay, sometimes I still refer people there, go and watch this thing because it's as if a lot of people don't know what's going on. And with this thing that is happening now, maybe we're hoping that maybe along God will help us. And I keep saying when they say Yoruba go your way, when Yoruba go your way, Igbo go your way, does not mean that any Yoruba person in Hausa land will live
anywhere.
Will live there. You can live anywhere. You still have exactly. So how do you tell them?
You want to stay then? So if you want to live in Hausa,
come on now. Do you understand?
Of course you can.
All the Hausa, the Igbo that's still in Yoruba land, they're not going to take all your properties away from you because it's Yoruba land. No. All you need to do is abide by the law of Yoruba land. You live peacefully. So what are they saying? But all idiots, you know, I don't like to watch them. When I see all these so-called learned people leaders, I don't watch Nigerian news, I swear, because I get upset. They come on the TV, start blowing this stupid grammar like they're so intelligent, but they've done us so badly, like messed us up so badly. I don't watch them.
Let me take another one. Like I said, you have so much you want to say.
I'll call again, Mayogu. I'll call again. Okay, fine.
I know, but you know something, right? The way you tried tonight and you got through, next time, keep trying like that, okay? Like if you are so determined, you get through. I want to talk to you again.
Definitely. All right.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Okay, take it easy.
Yeah, bye.
Nice one.
Yeah, bye.
So that conversation is deeper. It's not good to cut it short. I know a lot of you are feeling like a let her go, but would you say that conversation is not fruitful? Something like you related with, that's it as well. Sorry if that took longer. Ladies kind of have that privilege on this platform because they hardly get through and we hardly hear from them. And if I could have any of them calling in every evening, I can speak to just 3 of them in an evening. And tell all you men to calm down. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my general.
Sir, how are you?
Good evening. This is Ken calling from Cali.
Hey, Ken from Cali.
Yeah.
I got you tonight too.
Yes.
How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Been trying to call for like 4 or 5 days.
I can tell.
I'm not been able to get through.
I believe you, but now you are here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes. Well, in terms of what is going on in Africa right now, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing, right? Because the political leadership in the whole of Africa failed us. When I first moved to the US about 20 years ago, I sat down and analyzed everything and figured out that the only true problem we have in Africa is management and leadership.
That's right.
If you can fix those two things, you fix African problem. But the problem we have is we have terrible leaders. And when I have conversations with people about Africa, I tell them all the time that the nicest humans you meet are in Africans. If you go to Africa, they accept everybody. They don't care where you're from. They accept you and they take you. Especially if you are a foreigner, they look out for you to make sure you're okay.
We do.
In neighborhood, Adubo, they will look out, make sure you're okay. You're solid.
Because even in Africa, we say it takes a community to raise a child.
Exactly.
It's like everything to us in Africa is community, and we treat foreigners well. You are right, Ken.
Yeah. So it's the problem we have. I tell them all the time, the nicest humans we have are Africans, but the worst leaders in the world are African leaders. That is the problem. Then how do you go from coming up from a very good home, with good home training, and you get in power and turn into a monster? I don't know. That part I've not figured out yet. You get my point?
I do.
So that is what the problem is. And I was having a conversation with my brother last week about Nigerian problem. And he just retired from the U.S. Army. And he got to the highest rank you can get as an enlisted. So he was high there in ranking.
Right.
And when we were talking about this coup stuff last week, when Tinubu wanted to invade Niger. So he explained some things to me that it would be hard for a coup to happen in Nigeria. And he said, and this is because they study these things and they have the scenarios, war games, and this in advance. So he was telling me The problem with Nigeria, with the coup plot, is they have different parts of Nigeria. So the power, when it comes to military, is not centralized anymore. Not like back in the days of Olusegun Obasanjo, when they would just go to the Dodon Barrack, just do everything there, and go to the radio station next door and announce whatever they want to announce. It's easy. But now, he said, you have to deal with War College, Jaji. NBA is on that. NGA is another place. Then you have to deal with Lagos Command. And the one they have in Abuja too is different. So you have to deal with all these things. And everybody has to be in agreement for it to work.
And simultaneously as well, same time, nobody must delay a minute when they want to carry such out.
Exactly. So how do you get all these places to agree to do one thing? That's where the problem lies. And if you go back and study all this new coup that happened, they all happened with the presidential guard.
Yes.
And when Tinubu came in, Buhari taught him that already, because that's what Buhari did when he came in. So when Tinubu came in, he hired everybody in that presidential guard and hired his own people. And put his own people there. So it'll be hard, because now the only thing he'll go back and do is give them money. Every one of them will sit down there and relax. They won't do what they're supposed to do. So the only window now, if there's going to be any coup in Nigeria, the only window they have is this UN summit is going to. When he leaves for the UN summit, presidential guard will not be doing anything. So the VP will be the one there. They can go and overthrow that guy and just make him not come back to Nigeria.
To Shagari.
Exactly.
When they told him, just the way they did to go on. When they told him not to come back from Addis Ababa, remember?
Yeah.
From Africa,
and that's what they did
meeting.
Yes, exactly. So that's the only way Nigerian military can take over at the moment if they want to deal with Tinubu in terms of doing that.
Technically, it is like a suicide mission to try to plan a military coup in Nigeria. The resources that is involved, it will take so much discreteness, right? Or so much discreet to keep that information away, because you need, technically it's almost impossible, you mean?
Yeah, it's possible, but it cannot be the bloodless coup like the one, the palace coup. Blood must flow for that to happen. And the senior officers will not do it, so it has to come from the guys from major downward. The junior officers will be the one doing it, just like other countries. Then they will just appoint a general that will take over. That's the only way they can do it.
So much that makes it okay. You know one thing, Ken, right? I am going to take another call so that we can all have can have all these perspectives, all of them all together,
of course,
like we do all the time. Thank you.
Oh, my brother, nice talking to you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for calling in. Okay, you have a good one.
Thank you.
So that's Ken from Cali. In case if you want to double confirm, right? So here we go. I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you. Good evening, Mr. Mike.
Good evening, sir. You may need to come closer to that phone a bit, so that we can hear you louder. Please.
Oh, I'm very close to my phone. Can you hear me clear now?
And then the voice is clearer too. Please.
Okay. So this is Tongada on the line. Getting through these days is you have to do some sacrifice. Like So I've been listening all this while, and I've been trying to get through for some days now, but it has been so difficult getting through.
Thanks for never giving up anyway, because we are here now.
We are fans. We are the family, so we can't give up.
So you can't give up. Go for it, Baba.
When we talk about the happenings in Africa, we also call in for the solutions.
That's right.
So I will tell Africans not to celebrate too much because of the coups and all the happenings in Africa now. Yeah, this is not a revolution in any way, and this is not going to help Africa in any way. These people are building another generation that will take over Africa for like 20, 30 years again. I want to tell you something. Go and Google the names of the military people that has plotted coups in Africa, they were all trained by France and US. Go and Google their names. Now, in the issue of the coup in Niger and Burkina Faso, I supported them. The only reason I'm supporting them is that they are the only people that did the coup in the interest of their people. When you know the people that have the interest of their people at heart, how do you know them? Their policies. You know why France refused to leave till today is that they believe that every Africa have pride. That is what they believe, and which is true. In fact, I would say that 99% of Africa have pride. It is only 1% people like Nnamdi Kanu that have the heart of Nnamdi Kanu that we cannot pay off. Those are the ones that you understand. When you talk about this guy, the current coup, the one in Gabon, that guy was minister. He was a minister of defense for 2 years, and he bought 3 houses, 2 in France, 1 in the United States.
You're right. In
You
millions of
understand me?
dollars too. I've seen them.
In millions of dollars in cash. So if you watch how fast everything is happening, you will know that the France are the one that did that coup. They did it. Maybe they have seen that this guy has lost his senses. He's no longer in charge. Maybe they are not getting the accurate account of the resources they are supposed to be getting. So there are some leakages. People are stealing these things. So they had to put someone who his brain is correct that will be giving them a good return.
Something is not right
You
about
understand?
this whole thing, like the other coup. You believe that too? Don't get that?
Of course. I believe that. I've been
Something
trying
is
to
off.
call in
It's not like the other coup.
to discuss this. You understand? When you talk about coup in Mali, coup in Niger, coup in Zimbabwe, if it happen in Cameroon today, it is Burkina Faso is going to happen in the interest of the West. The biggest thing they did to us is this, dividing us by religion and politics. If you talk about the tribal politics that is playing in Nigeria today, they learned it from the West. They went to the West. The West taught them how to divide us. Let me tell you what happened in 1970.
Tell us.
In 1970, after the Biafran War, the West told them if they want to get rid of Igbos, they should not allow them get close to any serious appointment in the politics or even work in the oil companies and all that. Any serious appointment, they taught them how to kill the careers of Igbos. You understand? So if you watch what happened in 2014, 2015 of Buhari, he actually went to US to learn this tribal politics. They taught them those things. So today they have ended up dividing us. Today we cannot stand together to fight them. So what is happening in Africa is not revolution. It is still in the interest of the West, apart from that of Burkina Faso and Niger. So this is the solution. Why I always wanted that war. If actually that war did happen, I am surprised they are no longer talking about it. Even the West, no. If actually that war did happen, it was going to be
too fast now. Like everything is happening too fast.
Do you understand me?
What's going on?
It's happening too fast, and nobody is talking about the war again. If that war actually did happen, it was going to be a revolution. It was going to be in the interest of the people, because the people were the one that is going to fight.
Yes, you know what somebody told me about that? They said that if Niger is invaded, and it gets out of hand, eventually other West African countries from people from West African countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, and all these places, when the war starts, now then all these politicians, all these guys, when they look at their back, they realize that their whole house is their whole country is on fire, because their people are asking them to leave now.
It was not going to be West. It was not going to be West Africa alone. It was going to be West and Southern Africa,
Central Africa,
and East Africa together. Yes, they were going to start burning the house of politicians, because they were the one that directed that war. Even the military, some of them are standing behind, waiting for them to declare their war. They were going to go against the politicians because they are not happy. They are just taking the last order. They are not happy with the happenings. They are not happy the way they kill them. Look at the way they kill them like chickens in the northern part of Nigeria. Nobody is celebrating them. Nobody is compensating the family and all that. So the only thing that is going to happen to Africa, that is going to unite Africa, is that war, revolution. And that war is going to bring revolution. Secondly, If actually Nigeria ended up divided, if Nigeria divide, the West hand will not be in control of any part of Nigeria any longer, like Oduduwa and Biafra. I don't know about the North.
Because that decision of dividing Nigeria, it is coming from those who are in Nigeria. We, the people who are a part of Nigeria today, are not them. They won't be in control of anything.
Not them. Right. Not them. You understand? So that is the only thing that is going to put Nigeria, Africa in place. If we are talking about, if we are celebrating a coup, we should be careful. The only coup I'm celebrating, like I said, is the one of Burkina Faso. And if coup should happen in Nigeria today, it is going to be the worst thing that will happen in Nigeria again. Because who are going to be in charge? Those criminals, those jihadists from the north. They are the one in military. They are the one that is going to take charge of Nigeria again. So that is my contribution.
The breakup of Nigeria. I want them to plan a coup.
Of
I
course.
want them to go to that war. I want them to do everything they are threatening to do. Nobody should stop them. Okay? And then we can all wait for what is going to happen after that.
Sure. Thank you for the chance.
Have a good one. So that's Don Gada there. And I have Angono. If you are still watching me, do you know if you haven't liked this broadcast and you have been here for like over 2 hours, we're almost rounding up soon. Is that when you want to do it? Take a moment and do it. Just like the broadcast. If you're watching me now on Facebook or YouTube, okay? Like it and share it. My caller. Hello there.
Oh, El Biafra, oh, hello, Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Brother from another mother. One name. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How's the family?
Well, we're good. Thanks for asking.
Yes, another amazing show. As usual, I'm on the road. I'm driving. I'm calling at the same time. I had to get my piece in.
Hans phrase it.
Yes. The young lady that you spoke to for a while, man, I think you should have another segment with her. I really enjoyed what she was saying, and a bit cut it, but and the spoke excellently.
She has so much to
I
share.
kind of agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of time. How immediately out of the media the whole invasion just disappeared. No one want to talk about it, and then also there's a big. I mean, in history, you always see that there's a big scandal where they can't get themselves out or off the chaos elsewhere to distract everyone. So that's definitely, we need to be very, very careful looking at what's going on. Yes, we want to overthrow all these leaders. It's not, go first without thinking what else is behind this and what else did we just get out of another hot frying pan to jump into one? We really need to be very, very vigilant of what's going on, because a lot of these people, they love chaos. Yeah, they'll use the chaos in order to push their agenda. Right. So at the same token, yes, young people are fed up and people are waking up to the nonsense. Like why do people celebrate the Independence Day? It doesn't make sense, because you're still under colonialism, just in a different form.
You're not independent, so why are you celebrating Independence Day? It doesn't make sense. You're right.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I don't want to hold up too long calling, because I know I've been dialing, which is actually good, but that is a bit more difficult for people to get through to speak to you, which means that people are listening, more people are coming in. So which means that awareness is growing. And with that said, people, I want you to hit that like button. You can't have all these over 2,000 people watching and there's only 600 or something people who likes on this. It's supposed to be way more. And people need to, spread this, share.
Tell them.
Share.
It's the easiest thing to do by just clicking share, which appears on the screen anyway. It's right there. Just click share, and then send it everywhere. If you're watching on your TV, bring out your phone. It's just something you'll do it within a minute. Bring out your phone, go on YouTube, search for Mayegun's Diary Political, go on this video. Under it, you see the share button. Share it, copy the link, share wide. And you've done your own part. And thank you, by the way, to all of you have been doing it very well. Like, people have been doing it very well.
We support you. And also for people, please, this man spends hours getting good information, facts. At least smart to do. Yeah, you hit the like button. So, something for coffee won't hurt.
All right. I mean,
because we need to get more.
I know that's generous of you, by the way. So thank you. I think people do that all the time. You see them with the super chats, you see them with this and that. But that's very kind of you. So
we need to do more. We need to do more.
Take another one. Yeah.
We need to do more. We need more equipment. We need more equipment. We need better computers to process and get to that, because this fight that we're fighting right now, it's an uphill battle, and slowly we're getting up that hill. So we need all hands on deck.
Thank you. You're very kind.
It's a platform where, everyone, whether you're whether you from, we don't care where you're from, we want to contribute, and then that's why we're pushing this movement forward. Keep all the good work, Mayegun. Never give up. Never stop. We got your back.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye-bye.
That's my guy. And you know something? Hang on my collar. I have been speaking to this dude for at least as long as I can remember, for over a year. He would never tell me his name. But the moment he dropped that line, all hail Odudua, all hail Biafra, I know exactly that's him. And he's never disappointed. One of the real deal on Mayegun's Diary Political. People like Zeus. How did you know his name? Zeus. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Mayegun, my general.
How you doing?
Fantastic. Great work today, Mayegun, like always, man. I appreciate you, man. You are the chosen one, man.
Thanks, man.
You're anointed. All right. Let me just break this down a little bit.
Please.
Let's say the government them looting, unknown government them shooting. Police no know their duty. What of the education? No be the professors. They help them do the rigging. They may rig well. They no care for another man. That's why we keep fire burning in the city. Now because of the frustration, that making people don't go get their PVC.
I wish I could have made a sound for that. You didn't tell me. You didn't want me.
But then my teeth, we. Let's just break this whole thing up. I mean, we are tired. We are tired. They frustrated us enough, and I feel the young generation that run and went and got their PVC to see if they can change the ball. But they shift the goalposts like they always do us all the time. This country is not going to work. The British set us up to fail. They set us all these things. They set it up for us to fail.
They didn't create us to succeed or prosper.
No, they set us up to fail. Every time anybody stand up in Nigeria to push back, they create a system on how to deal with that person. I mean, there's no way out. The only thing I'm praying is that if there's a way that we all can come together. And I think some people are doing that. Already. Like, I don't know, Maya, if you listen to the song of False recently, his new song.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that. Do you mind sharing?
Okay. Yeah. He used Igbo language for it.
Right.
You understand? He raps even in Igbo. And I feel that the unification of the Igbo tribes and the Yoruba tribes are the key fundamental. Because if you look at it, we marry each other the most in that of all the tribes.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, we are the forefront that.
What do you call it? Business, inter-business relationship, cultural exchange, and so many things that we also share.
Everything. Everything. Mayego, I have four sisters. I have 4 sisters. 2 of them marry Yoruba. My cousins, my mom only sister married a Yoruba.
Such a bound.
Yeah, so so there is nothing. If we can find an avenue, because these other tribes, they are relying on us to do that. That handshake, they say, Azikiwe and Awolo will say, handshake across the Niger. That is what we need. That handshake across the Niger. We are brothers.
The leadership that actually understands the importance of that, you know, even at all of this, it doesn't erode what do you call it, the Igbo's culture and tradition that makes them unique. It doesn't erode the Yorubas of all their own culture and tradition.
No.
It's a union that kind of respects those uniqueness and respect them as
we embrace each other's culture. We embrace each other's culture. We love each other. And if you go and watch that first music video, and you're gonna love even the unification of both cultures together, man. I rest my case here, Mayegu.
And God bless you, Zeus, for stopping by.
All right, bye.
As usual. Thanks a lot. You have a good one over there. So Zeus says that if you listen to Fall's last music, which I have just remembered that I've actually listened to, maybe not completely to the lyrics, I've heard it once. And it was really, really great. So yeah, here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You might need to mute that video, or you leave the room entirely, like completely. If you want to hear ourselves, right?
I've done that, Maegun. Good day. My name is Anthony, and I'm calling from Austin, Texas.
From Austin, Texas. Anthony, good to have you again, because I think I've spoken to you before. I know.
No, might be a different Anthony. I've been trying to get through, but today I happen to be a very lucky guy.
Oh, bless you. Anthony from Austin. See, I will remember. I'm going to remember that. I will remember that.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do. First of all,
you are now live and everybody can hear you as usual. So, Baba, what do you have for us?
Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate you so much.
Thanks.
I mean, I can't thank you enough. People have, a lot of people have said so much. And then wasting my time talking about it, you already know that for me to call into your program, that means I appreciate and I respect what you have been doing.
I appreciate you too, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, but let me just quickly go to the point.
Yes, sir.
What I really want to talk about now, Maegun, is that we all as Nigerians, both those at home and in diaspora, we all know what the problems are. We keep just talking about the problems, but I think we should all sit back and think critically about what the solution should be. And we all know already that the solution is not going to come from the political class. I don't call our political office holders as leaders. And I want everybody listening to my voice to understand that none of them is qualified to be called a leader.
I swear.
Because if you call them a leader, you are grouping them, putting them in this group of people like Nelson Mandela, people like Martin Luther King. These are leaders who led their people selflessly, and our people are not qualified to be called leaders. So to my point, from my own perspective, I am looking more at what can we do. Most of the callers into your program, I've been listening to a program. If I cannot get on live, I will always listen to the recorded program, and I watch the replay. What I think we should be doing is, from our own little corner, let's think, what can we do? What is it? Because for anybody you hear their voice, and including yourself, Maegun, that talks about Nigeria every day, it only goes to explain one thing. You love your country passionately.
It doesn't matter. I mean, people have told me that. They said, Maegun, it's like you really care about Nigeria. You just don't want to say it. Like, a lot of you care, a lot of us care of what's going to happen to people there. What's going to happen if things continue like this? But on the other hand, we'll be like, it's like we don't care. It's only people who care who talks more about something they care about. And I'm beginning to think so too, even though a lot of us don't want to say that. Does that mean that we actually still care so much about Nigeria? That's why we are doing all of this?
Yes. The answer is 100%. Maibu, let me ask you, why are you not talking about Afghanistan on your program? Why are you not talking about Syria?
Or even talking about the UK, where I live, go.
Or even talking about the UK or Scotland, where you live. Or even making, how many times do you really talk about, take a whole section to talk about Ghana, our next door neighbor?
Because
so the
it doesn't really
idea
concern
that
me that much.
we
when it touches Nigeria. Yes,
you
are right, oh.
Regardless of how we pretend about it, regardless of how much we want the Biafra, the Yoruba nation, all we are saying indirectly is that we want a Nigeria that works. And that is okay.
Anthony, so I'm with you.
Yes, sir. Having said that, I am of the opinion, I live in the diaspora. I visit Nigeria regularly. Each time I go to Nigeria, I feel like shedding tears. But crying does not solve any problem. What can we do? I was listening to I connected to Twitter space, and I listened to contribution from different people, and there's always one thing that comes to my mind. We Nigerians in the diaspora, I think we do not know the enormous power we possess, that we have over. We don't know it. The fact that we remit billions of dollars into that economy and we have no say in what happens to that economy should worry every one of us that are living in diaspora. In fact, I can tell you that might even be a failure on our own part to be able to get ourselves together. Those of us in this diaspora, how organized are we? Is there anything we are doing that can directly impact the Nigerian government?
Difference in that place.
That can make them
or want to change.
Kenyans in the diaspora can vote in the elections, but we cannot.
Senegalese
Yet we remit. They can vote, we cannot. Yet we are contributing so much to the GDP of our country. That part we cannot do anything about it because the way we are as Africans, the way we are wired, you can't see your mother hungry in Nigeria and you say, because you don't want your money sending money to Nigeria to help the Nigerian government to improve the economy. So for that reason, you want to starve them the money, and so you starve your relatives in Nigeria. You can't do that.
You can't. It's not easy.
So since we do that, sir, what next can we do? What effort are we making in the countries that we live to draw the attention of these imperialists that don't really care about us? They don't care about us. When people talk about what the international community would, international community not to give you, they can't do anything for you except it is for their own strategic interest. So now, these people we talk about, these political leaders, without traveling abroad, they cannot live. What are we doing? What are we doing to make sure that we frustrate we make sure that each time any of them come back, they will go back with an experience that will discourage them from coming back to the place again. But yes, what are we doing? We are not doing anything.
See, you know what you have just done, Anthony? You know what you have just done?
Yes.
You have made a lot of people who have been listening to this program all this evening, right? To have something to go and think about and say, man, that's true. That's so true.
This has been, it has been boiling my mind. And
so
we just
you are sharing it.
Vent our anger, but we don't do nothing.
We should direct our anger, control it to our advantage. Yes.
We have to plan. We are not young. I am over 50.
Bless you.
And a lot of people are still even way younger than I am. But I can still categorize myself as one of the internet generation because at this age, if God keeps me alive, I have a long life to live. I still have
you still have a long way to go, and that long way can actually means a long change too.
Right.
See.
So we are not doing anything. We are not organizing in the countries where we live. We are not writing to the government. How many Nigerians have gone to occupy a Chicago State University gate to demand that this university must tell us, because this is a controversy in our country. I believe that we still have students that are Nigerians that are in Chicago State University as we speak.
Yeah.
What are they doing? People, it's no longer Nigeria where you say that you cannot come out to protest because they will rain bullets on you. Freedom of protest is a fundamental right around the world, except that it's being abused in Africa. How many of us
in the face of the whole world, wherever you are?
So,
you are so right.
I want your platform is gaining traction, and I can tell you in these past 2 weeks I have linked not less than 5 Nigerians who today thanks me for making them even know about your program.
God bless you.
So
bless
the
you.
idea is that this platform should be a platform for galvanization of Nigeria, for sensitization of Nigeria, not for us to keep enumerating our problems. What can we do?
All our problems and all. You are right.
That we can track these people wherever they are going. Where are their money being moved from one place to the other? Yeah. Which countries are they visiting? If we know that this person is going to France, we'll make sure that we get our people to go there, embarrass them from the airport to the hotel to wherever they are going to attend.
Going to appear.
Let us make it as a point of duty that this is what we are going to do. Of course, I know that I'm not oblivious of the fact that they have a lot of, the ababakus, all those words.
All of them abroad. That are we know now.
That will want to even still go and prostrate for them. But they are in the minority. They are in the extreme minority. They go there just because by the time these people comes, they will leave them with brown envelopes before they leave. That's why they go there for. But the other people, most of us in the diaspora that are holding our own ground, I don't need anybody in Nigeria, any politician to dash me $1 because I'm okay. I can feed myself and my family.
That's right.
So this is the message that we should pass in across to every Nigerian in diaspora, that make sure it's not only that
where you see them raise alarm. If you know if you go there, other people will join you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Anthony. Our time is so up now.
Right.
And I
okay.
See, I could listen to you all night.
You very much. Even not only them, even their children, their wives. I just want to add that one. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God
Anthony,
bless.
Please call again, okay? So that maybe we'll have enough time you can even share more, right? Thanks so much for this.
Thank you.
Stay safe, Baba. Have a good one, sir. Okay. So that's Anthony from Austin in Texas, United States. So and he is going to be our last caller tonight. I think I'm going to leave you with Anthony's message. All of us should have that message at the. It's not going to be the first time that we're actually saying that on this platform, okay? Using what we have as diasporans, all right, to push and get wherever we want, right from here. And he was right. We are not organized, coordinated. But yeah, we'll get there. At a point when people like when people like Anthony continue to remind us that there is power in the number. There is power in number. We can't continue to remit billions and billions of dollars back into that economy of Nigeria that the criminals in Nigeria are actually looting. They are looting the billions and taking them out of Nigeria. We can't be contributing and remitting that kind of money every year, annually, to help the Nigerian economy. And yet, we are reduced to just noise makers from abroad. There should be something more than that. And I agree with him. And on that note, we call it a night. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me. All the support, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, and every one of them of those super chats, right? Including those of you, my friends, who are giving me stars on Facebook. Unfortunately, my software cannot really show where you give me stars on Facebook, but I am sorry that I've not really been acknowledging some of you too. People give me stars on Facebook too. God bless all of you for your kindness and for your generosity. Subscribe onto my channel. You will never miss anything. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún Diary Náíbì nọ́mbà wán.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.